Hello and welcome to Newcastle Fan Talk, the YouTube channel which basically talks about all the things going on at Newcastle United. And today we're going to talk about the story that just won't go away. This Jose Mourinho, reportedly interested in becoming the Newcastle manager if the takeover by the Sheikh does happen, Sheikh bin Zayed. So we all know that the bin Zayed group is reportedly very close to sealing the deal. However, I think everyone's become a bit cynical, myself included, how long it's taking to get confirmed. There was an update last week where there was the company house update where it seems that they're putting off the final touches, and then there was this report about the Sports Direct signs being taken down. I think the story today was that Jose Mourinho would be very interested if the job was to become available at Newcastle, if they have a huge spending potential. Now, for me, I think firstly, Jose Mourinho is a brilliant manager. He was a brilliant manager. Guy's won 2 Champions Leagues. He's won 3 league titles in Chelsea. He's won the title with Real Madrid against, for me, what was the epitome of football at the time, and Barcelona Pep. And he did amazing things with Inter and Porto. Now, for me, the problem I have with Mourinho is that a lot of his top successes have, they're quite a few years ago now, and I think if you look at what happened with him at Chelsea in his second spell and with him at Manchester United, is he became a very divisive character. So he keeps arguing, he brings down the club, he really made it very, very difficult. I actually felt in his second spell at United that he was wanting to be sacked with all the statements he was making. And I think Newcastle at the moment, we have a manager in place who's, for me, a very, very good manager. He possibly hasn't done what Mourinho's done in the game, but he's still done some amazing things. And for me as well, the thing which I appreciate is his loyalty. He has stayed with Newcastle now, done a fantastic job with limited resources. So for me, there would be no sense in changing it. There'd be no point, because if you bring in a new manager, he's not going to know the players that well. I'm not sure Mourinho knows Newcastle's squad that well. Benitez knows already. Benitez deserves a chance. He's stuck with us in the Championship. He's done 2 very decent seasons with little or no money, and a lot of the players are staying because, or have stayed, or said the best thing about playing for Newcastle is working with Rafa Benitez. So we don't want to change that. Now, Jose, for me as well, is a short-term manager. He is. He's doesn't last very long. He spends 2-3 years. Obviously, he does do it. He has done fantastic things, but I just worry that we're going to go for a manager who's on his past glories when we've already got a very good one. I would say if we had a terrible manager now, no problem, switch to Mourinho. But we've got a really, really good one, and I just don't want that to happen. The other thing for me is that I think Mourinho as well, I don't think his transfer success in recent years has been that great. If you look at Man U, he spent 55 million on Fred, which fair enough. You can go and you can make 1 or 2 bad signings, and you never know, Fred might come good. But 55 million on Fred. Generally, I felt his decision making at Old Trafford was just not great. His teams as well, they don't tend to be. It seems to me as well that he is still stuck playing how Inter Milan played, and they were amazing when they won the Champions League in terms of they didn't have much possession, they were very active, play teams on the counter, play up to Milito using Sneijder. He did an incredible job with Inter. But unfortunately, the way football is going, people at the moment, they want to be entertained. They want, and they want to be proactive rather than reactive. And I think you can see that with how successful Klopp and Guardiola have been. That is the new brand of football. And the fact that Klopp and Guardiola have been so successful. I think Mourinho's been left behind a bit, and the game that really reminds me of was his last game for United, where Liverpool just kept pressing and pressing and pressing, and Man U didn't know what to do, and they were so deep, and they just didn't look like they were ever going to get at Liverpool. Now, for me, that's fine. You know, obviously Liverpool are a great team, but for me, we need someone who is modern, and I think Rafa, if he was given the right money and the right players, I think he could do that. He could create a team which had, you know, is good in possession, because I remember his Valencia side. There were spells in his Liverpool side where they did keep the ball really well and were entertaining, but he needs the players. You can't be doing this with, you know, substandard players. So yeah, I think hopefully it's all a ruse, and it will be that Rafa does stay on, and this Mourinho story, there's nothing in it. Like to hear what you guys think. Do you think, would you go for Mourinho or would you stick with Rafa? I think majority of people are going to say stick with Rafa, to be honest. But yeah, the story doesn't seem to be going away, so I'll be interested to hear your thoughts. Thanks.